Hello boys and girls, and welcome to lesson 7.12, Fractions of Collections. Our goal today is to name the fractions of sets of objects. You will need Math Journal page 249 and a collection of some type. This collection can be a pile of coins, a small pile of Legos, or even the counters available on Connected. First, let's start with our math message. Jules has a collection of 12 stamps. She puts half of her stamps on one page and half on another page. How many stamps are on each page? You may use drawings or your counters to help you solve. Pause the video to give yourself time. Your drawing should look something like this, or you might have one group of 6 in a pile and another group of 6 from your collection in a pile. A collection is when the whole is a group of items. In this case, the collection in the math message are the 12 stamps. The group of 12 items, the 12 stamps, is the collection that we are working with. 6 stamps are on each page. That becomes our numerator, and the 12 stamps from our total collection becomes the denominator. So the fraction to represent the collection on each page is 6/12. Let's try another. Instead of 2 pages, let's try 3 pages. It says if there are 12 stamps were divided equally among 3 pages, how many would be on each page? So again, we have 12 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, you can use your counters or your small collection as well. And I'm sorting them equally between only 3 pages. So I'm just going to cross this last page out because I don't need it. So I need 1 for each page, and we're just going to go in order, just like when you did division earlier in the year and you wanted to make sure that you were making equal groups. So you take your time and you make sure that you're evenly sorting. I have 3 pages left and 3 stamps left, so I'm able to sort one more round. Now I can see that I have 4 stamps on each page, but I want to know what fraction of the stamps would be on each page. So 4 stamps are on each page out of the 12 stamps in our collection in all. So the fraction of stamps per page is 4/12. You try one. If the 12 stamps are divided equally among 4 pages now, how many would be on each page? Sort your collection now to find out how many stamps would be on each of the 4 pages. Put your thumb up if you got 3 stamps per page. Now you need to write the fraction. What fraction of the stamps are on each page? Remember to think of the 12 stamps as your collection in all. If you want to challenge yourself, you can come up with more than one fraction. Think equivalence. The fraction you should have come up with is 3/12. And if you were challenging yourself, you might have also known that 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12. So 1/4 of the collection is on each page. Let's look at this photo of some school friends. We will continue to use fractions to discuss the set. In this case, the collection is a group of friends at school. How many kids are there in all in our collection? That's right, 7. So the 7 is our whole, or our denominator in our fractions. How many kids in our collection are boys? 1, 2. What fraction of the set are boys? Well, if there are 2 boys and 7 kids in all, then 2/7 of the kids pictured are boys. What fraction of the set have on jeans? So we have khakis. This is jeans. That counts as 1. She has like purple pants on. She has jeans. I can see her belt buckles. She has a jean skirt on. I'm not going to count that. And then we have our friend here, and then we have some green pants. So I have 3 kids checked off. What fraction, again, of the set of these kids are wearing jeans? 3/12. Great job. Feel free to pause the video and find other fractions, like what fraction of the set are girls, or what fraction of children are wearing long pants, wearing white, blue, or even just looking straight ahead. If you haven't already done so, make sure you have your collection of counters or objects in front of you. Make a pile of 4 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's our whole? Well, we see 4 counters in our collection, so the whole is 4. Remember, that's going to become our denominator. If I take this one, what fraction of this collection is this 1 counter? Well, I have 1 out of the whole collection, so the fraction would be 1/4. What fraction of the collection names 0 of the counters? Right, 0/4. I'm talking about no counters in specific, and my collection is still a total of 4. What if I take 3 counters? What fraction of the set is this? Did I hear you say 3/4? Great job. What if we talk about 2 counters? Right, it can be 2/4, or it can also be 1/2. Remember, 2/4 and 1/2 are equivalent. What if I want to talk about all 4 counters? What would my fraction look like then? It would be 4/4, or 4/4, which is equivalent to 1 whole. Clear your pile from in front of you. Now I want you to make a pile of 8 counters. What is the whole of your collection now? Right, your whole is 8. Show 0/8 of the collection. That's right, 0/8 of your collection looks like nothing. You should have picked up all of your counters or brushed them all to the side. Put your collection back down, and this time I want you to hold 1/8 of your collection in the palm of your hand. You should have 1 counter in the palm of your hand. That would represent 1/8 of your collection. What would it look like if I asked you to hold on to 2/8 of your collection? Right, now you should be holding 2 counters. What if I asked you to hold 8/8 of your collection? Right, you should have all 8 of your counters in your hand to represent 8/8 of your collection because you're holding the whole collection. Now I want you to have 4 pennies in your collection. Again, you can use counters and we'll just pretend they're pennies. Now, these are 4 pennies, but it's actually only half of the pile. If this is half of the pile, how many pennies are in the whole collection? I know halves are equaled, so if I just have another pile that looks exactly the same, I have 4 in each. This is half the pile, this is half the pile, and all together I have 8 pennies, or counters, or whatever you're using. So, 4 pennies as half a pile is from a collection that has a total of 8 in all. Try this one. There are 8 crayons in one box. I'm going to put these in a box. How many crayons are in 2 boxes? That's right. There are 8 crayons in each box. So all I have to do is think about 8 twice. So now I have 16 crayons. Or we can try if we had 1.5 boxes. So again, one of our boxes we're going to break in half. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 crayons in 1.5 boxes. So far, you've been doing a lot of using counters to show your collections. Another thing you can do is make drawings. I'm going to give you one last problem. You can choose to use counters, drawings, or even both to try to solve it and check your work. There are 6 birds who are in a tree. 1 flew away. What fraction flew away and what fraction stayed? Pause this video to give yourself time to solve. Again, 6 birds are in a tree. 1 flies away. What fraction flew away and what fraction stayed? You should have some type of visual model that looks like this. Either you made a pile of 6 and had 1 come away, which would have shown you your 1/6 birds that flew away and your 5/6 birds that stayed. You also could have drawn a quick picture. Here's my tree with 5 birds in it and 1 flew away. You could even just pretend that this is your picture. A lot of us have learned the quickest way is to just draw dots and then cross one out to represent the bird flying away. So again, 1/6 of the birds flew away from the collection and 5/6 of the birds stayed in the tree. Please complete Math Journal page 249, followed by your exit slip. Please remember to use your counter collections or drawings to help you represent each problem. Good luck!